Hello, welcome to X Chapter Channel. Today, I am driving through Shonan, first Kamakura and then through towns like Chigasaki and Hiratsuka. It's known as Shonan or Southern Beach, and it's the southern part of Kanagawa Prefecture, so southwest of Yokohama. And it's just a beautiful area. You have Fujisan in the background, you've got beaches and people out enjoying the sun. And it's just a beautiful area, great place to do a driving episode. And this episode is going to be the first of a series of videos that I plan to do called Frequently Asked Questions. I know, very original, but that's just a good name because I get a lot of questions from Japanese people, and a lot of times those questions follow the same patterns. They're asking the same things. And for this inaugural episode, I'm actually going to do a question that I get a lot, not just in Japan, but also from friends and family back in the United States. So it works both ways. And that is, what do I miss most about the US while living in Japan? Very fair question. Obviously, Japanese people want to know what makes me homesick. American people want to know what I miss and what I like to go back to the US for. And first and foremost, of course, it's family and friends. I did a whole video about this, talking about how I feel I'm a bit selfish even for having chosen to live so far away in a foreign country. And it's true, it is a bit selfish. I'm far away from family and friends. I miss events, birthdays, anniversaries, all those things, and it's a big deal. So I'm actually going to take the question one step further and also talk about what I don't miss about the United States. I don't usually get asked this, but I think it's an important extension of the question, what do I miss? Because it gives some good examples of differences between the US and Japan, so I'm going to extend the question to that. I'm going to start though with what I miss, and there's, aside from friends and family, there's three things. The first is the cheese I can get in my home state of Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a very big dairy producing state, and they have no shortage of award-winning cheeses. But I can get good cheese in Japan, and reasonably priced dairy products in general. A jar of sour cream here costs the same as a jar of sour cream in the States, except it's about 1/5 the size. The second thing is also a food, and that is black licorice. I know, polarizing food. You either love it or you hate it. And I love it, and you just can't find it in Japan because the taste reminds Japanese people of medicine, and so you can't buy it anywhere. I found it in a store once. They must have ordered it by mistake because I bought a little bit of it. Should have bought more, because the next time I went back it was gone and they never got it again. Not even Amazon or Rakuten online shopping sites have black licorice in Japan. Does not exist. Maybe some real specialty stores up in Tokyo or something I could go find it, but I haven't had much luck. If you live in Japan and you know where I can find some, hook me up. The third and final thing that I miss is wide open highways. Now I'm not talking in the middle of the big cities where it can get really jammed during rush hour like Chicago or Minneapolis, or if you're in California you're laughing at this because is the 5 ever really free and open? If you're in Los Angeles or San Francisco, probably not. But if you're in the Midwest or the South or anywhere else and you're on the main highways in between big cities, very rarely you're going to be caught in traffic, and it's fast speed limit, and you just feel, you know, that whole cliche of the freedom of the open road. In Japan, free and open expressways don't really exist. If you take the normal roads, there's generally a lot of traffic. I know if you live out in southwestern parts of Japan, like Yamaguchi and places like that, you might have less traffic to deal with, but the roads are narrow and you still have to be relatively careful. Lots of fun mountain road driving, but the free and open, just let your hair down highways are hard to find. And even if you're on them, especially in the Kanto area where I live, Tokyo, Yokohama, if you're on an expressway, you're spending $50 for an hour to 2 hour drive. If you're heading farther, you're spending quite a bit more than that. In the Tokyo, Yokohama area, if you are coming back on the weekend, or it's a holiday, or even just the wrong time of day during the week, you're going to find yourself in traffic. And then you find yourself saying, no, wait a second, I'm paying $50 to take this expressway and not move. Okay, now for what I don't miss about America while I live in Japan. I don't miss the size of things. After living in Japan, I've just become so used to having things be just big enough, and you adjust to living spaces that are smaller, cars that are smaller, roads that are smaller, shops that are smaller. You just get used to those things, and when you go back to the States, everything seems so huge. It's one of the culture shocks, reverse culture shocks that you get when you go back. And you end up asking yourself, is all this large size really necessary? I mean, we have soccer moms in Japan too, so is that giant SUV in the US really necessary? Are the giant portions in the restaurants really necessary? The next thing I don't miss about America is the commercials. Radio commercials, TV commercials, YouTube commercials. I don't know what it is, but Japan has mastered the art of having fast, high energy, interesting commercials, so that if you have to watch commercials, it's going to be less painful. American commercials are too long, boring, dry, too hammy. I don't know, it's just, in America, if I watch TV, which is rare, but if I watch TV, I find myself flipping channels when the commercials come on. I may never even get back to the show I was watching. Yes, I'm one of those people. As for Japan, I almost never change the channel. And it's just because I've gotten used to those commercials, and they're far more interesting, or amusing at least. And there's plenty of Japanese commercials examples out there on YouTube and elsewhere. They've been shared on social media to show, yeah, how zany and fast-paced Japanese advertising can be. So go ahead and look for those if you're interested. Okay, last but not least, what I don't miss about America, and this is probably actually the biggest one, and that is the showering and bathing culture. I know it may sound funny, but the ritual that is the bath in Japan has become something I really love. And most places you live, pretty much all places you live, are going to have the bath and shower units separate. You shower outside of the bath before you get into the nice, clean bath water and just soak. And it's a wonderful experience. It's practically a national pastime with all of the geothermal warmed waters that make up the nation's hot springs and all the resorts that have sprung up around those and have been used for centuries. Bathing is a part of the culture here, and it just makes sense to clean yourself before you get into the bath. The idea of cleaning yourself in a bath and then sitting in your dirty bath water is pretty gross. And most people in America, as a result, not just because it's dirty, but because people don't have the time, they take showers only. And you're missing out if you're not taking baths, honestly. And even the shower culture, right? You shower, and they have a lot of those shower-in bath units, and the shower is almost always fixed to the wall. Now, you have shower-in bath units in Japanese business hotels, for instance, but even those have the shower head that is removable and it's on a hose and you can move it around and shower yourself all over or adjust the height of it. And that's a game changer. I don't know why American plumbing companies don't do that and why they stick with the fixed shower heads, because it's clearly inferior. America, up your bathing and showering game, alright? I hope you enjoyed listening to what I had to say about what I miss about the US. Nothing very serious besides friends and family. And what do I not miss about the US? Again, not very serious. Obviously, I still like the US. I could live there again. Probably I'm not going to. But if you can hook me up with some black licorice, let me know. Until next week, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if that's your thing. Even support me on Patreon if you want. I'm planning on putting out some videos soon that are how to beat the crowds in tourist areas and enjoy places like Kyoto better. I'm thinking I'm going to make those exclusive Patreon content because I feel like that's a message that people want. You want to have a unique Japan experience, and I know enough tricks that I can help provide that. I may rethink that. I may just put it on YouTube. I don't know, but it would really help me out to make better videos if you supported me, so I would greatly appreciate that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.